Let's talk to Dr. Dean Eggett, who's our favourite GP. He's in Doncaster. He's the CEO of Doncaster Local Medical Committee. Dr. Dean, very good morning to you.
Morning, Mike. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. How are you feeling? End of a long week?
Thanks very much. Yes, my 3 days of working has tired me out this week. I might rest and relax on the yacht this weekend.
Excellent, good. Now, there's a story we wanted to consult you on. Weight loss jabs are going to be rolled out across the NHS for the first time in an effort to tackle obesity. Now, this is not a Ozempic or one of the other ones that I've heard of. This is a different one, isn't it? This is called the King Kong of slimming jabs because it's so powerful. It's called Mounjaro. You know anything about it?
I do, yeah. It's a very popular drug. Actually, we use it quite often in type 2 diabetes. It works in a similar way to Wegovy, Ozempic. It doesn't necessarily have the exact same data associated with it. But the wonderful thing that we're hearing for patients who don't have type 2 diabetes is that it works in weight loss. So it's coming soon to an NHS near you, hopefully probably the early next year.
Right. But when you say an NHS near you, will it be one of those drugs that's kind of available in some places and not in others? Because sometimes we find there's a bit of a postcode lottery that goes on with stuff like this.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There probably will be a postcode lottery with this because NICE at the moment, who are the organisation that look at how drugs and appliances work in the NHS, have recommended or look to be going to recommend that this drug is available on the NHS. And their publication will come out in December. That will mean then that local regions have to decide how exactly that's going to work in their area within about 3 or 4 months. Now, it's probably going to be a phased rollout. So the local area will decide whether or not it's in hospitals or whether or not it's from GPs. How they're going to do that is going to be different from area to area. And at first, it's going to be available for those people who have a very high body mass index of over 40. So that's quite significant.
That's big, isn't it, though? That's really big.
Yeah. It is pretty big, so that's going to put a huge amount of pressure on your heart, on your joints. Yeah. So you can see why they're going to target these patients first. And then over time, as that becomes a bit more embedded, it's going to become available to patients with a body mass index over 35. So those people who, again, have significant strain, but not quite so much as the 40.
Right. I would have been surprised if you'd said that those people weren't already in receipt of some form of weight loss treatment, because if you're over 40 BMI, normally speaking, you're in the care of a doctor already, aren't you?
You are, but as you said earlier, Mike, you were quite right that it's a postcode lottery. So certainly in my area, if I want to help somebody with obesity, I refer them to the hospital. And actually, I can only refer them if the patient is considering weight loss surgery. Right. There's a bit of a waiting list. They go through all sorts of hoops. They might be offered an injection, they might not, or they might be offered surgery, or they might not. So the game changer here then is that we have a second drug that's available, and it's going to be available to more patients than ever.
And are there any side effects that we should know about? Because some people seem to say, as we read stories about, I know a few people that have tried it. You know, some people say it's absolutely fine if they're taking Ozempic or Wegovy. Other people say they have terrible side effects. They feel sick all the time. I mean, does it change depending on the person?
Well, it's not really a side effect, it's more the effect. So the point of these drugs really is to slow down the time that it takes for your stomach to digest, and it makes you feel more full. So if you're feeling more full, you will lose your appetite, and that's part of the benefit of that. So you don't eat so much and don't put weight on and lose weight. But at the same time, as it slows down that transit through your system, it will make you feel quite nauseous. And in some people, actually, they do vomit. So that's not really a side effect of the drug. That's the effect of the drug. You don't really want food because you're using this drug.
Right. And it just doesn't sound right to me. I mean, I see the result of it, and it works. People do lose weight, but it just seems to me that once you stop taking it, then you just start going back and doing all the things you did before, no?
Yeah, well, it's an incredibly popular drug. People are already accessing it privately, not necessarily through the NHS. And what we're finding, and certainly what I'm seeing in real life with these patients, is it gives them the bump start that they need to buy some confidence. And not only the confidence, but the mobility. So you might find some people who have significant weight problems can't really do the exercise that they want to do and don't have the confidence to go to the gym or do the things in life that help them to keep the weight off. So once they've got that bump start, they feel more confident and able to keep the weight off. Whether or not that happens in real life in longer term, we're yet to see.
Interesting. Now, I'm going to ask you a question which is not at all medically related, but it's the big question of the day for us. A piece in the Telegraph this morning says that you should be putting all your tins in the cupboard upside down because it's the best way to, when you open them, get everything out of them without leaving anything behind. And particularly with regard to beans, apparently Heinz are now going to make some of their beans actually with labels on the wrong way up, so that you will do it. And particularly if it's a ring pull can. Have you ever heard of anything like that?
No, I haven't. You caught me on the hop there. I suspect there are bigger things in this world to worry about, and actually, I find myself feeling quite anxious.
I just thought I might
the
get
concept of everything you can upside down.
I just thought I might get some kind of medical endorsement of, you know, putting your cans upside down is better for you. I don't know.
If Heinz want to pay me large sums of money to put Dr. Dean across the can and say put it upside down, I'm very happy.
Hang on, we can't start privatising the NHS, for heaven's sake, Dean. We can't be having that. That's absolutely not happening. Thank you very much indeed. Dean, have a good weekend.